And we're live.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Tech Talk. What is it, 118?
100 and something or another.
Jerry in the house. He needs to go home. Did you really put that in the title?
I certainly did.
You're such a prick.
I see people like, what do you mean OBS is the problem? It doesn't. Don't you use it every single week?
You guys.
That's the first time I ever saw this issue we had.
You need to just simmer down. The problem was OBS just did not feel like encoding the upstream. But we fixed the problem through technical trial. What technical debugging abilities do we use to solve this problem? And we should share it with our audience.
We turned it off and on again.
Quite literally, that's all we did, and it worked. Thank you, Microsoft.
Well, we were hitting start stream, and it would show in the encoder down at the bottom just 0 kilobits per second.
Yeah, it was just gray box.
It wouldn't go green and try to upstream anything. So literally restarting the system fixed it.
And now it's green.
Restarting OBS didn't fix it. In fact, we tried restarting OBS, and then we got like a bunch of errors, like pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up, and then it like the executable crash for OBS, and we just went, okay, maybe you should upgrade to Windows 10.
I think you should. I'm actually surprised Microsoft hasn't done it for you yet.
Well, I deleted the update that forces it.
Oh, you
and
did?
then I have automatic updates turned off, so I haven't been able to turn it back on. But every now and then I get the gray stripe that comes across, like, we really would like you to turn on automatic updates.
And you're like, no.
Yeah, I don't think
Click
so.
a no.
So anyway, what's up, guys? Tech Talk number 118. I know there's going to be some disappointed people here because we're not doing a drunk Tech Talk.
Yeah, we're not drunk.
We're just getting too old for that crap.
We are, guys. I mean, look at the gray hair. I mean, really gray hair. It's slightly gray hair.
You know what's concerning me right now?
What's that?
Oh, okay, it went away. My crosshair was turning as it was thinking for a while. I'm like, what's it thinking for? That's usually impending doom when it comes to like...
I hate it when the crosshair does that.
I know, right? So, yeah, anyway, a couple things to talk about. I'll be honest, we haven't been following too much in the terms of tech news, except for the fact that, BAM! GTX 1060 launched! I've actually had this for a little while, but I can show you guys officially as of today something to talk about here before we roll the intro. It has no SLI finger.
Wait,
dun,
no. Hold on. I just don't think you looked in the rights. But, dude, it's right there.
I'm rolling the intro. I'm rolling the intro. Yeah.
This is
Check. 18. This is such amateur show. How do we keep doing this show?
I don't know. People keep donating money, so I guess we're just whores and we keep going.
Why do people even show up to this crap? I mean, seriously, why do people even come here for this?
I don't know, because you have graphics cards and they like to look at them.
Because I have like an infinity supply of graphics cards.
Kind of feel like we should show an AMD one so people don't think we're fanboys, though. Ooh, don't let it burn your hand. Put on the glove mitt first. Hot mitt. Hot mitt. There we go. See? Look, there's actually more ATIs because it takes more of them.
Is that what you think?
This thing's heavy, dude.
Man.
You could like club baby seals with this thing.
That's what she said. So anyway, yeah, GTX 1060 at 6 a.m. today was officially announced. We've known about it for a while. You guys knew this was coming. In fact, the first like official leaks of this card, which let's face it, come on, you know companies are intentionally leaking things now. If the 1060 information is going to I don't know, leak the night before the launch of the RX 480. Doesn't that seem like a brand might be trying to dilute the launch of another brand?
Yeah,
but
it's
anyway.
basically like the Kardashians leaking their own porns. I mean, that's the best way I could put this.
So it's one of those things where it's like, can we not have a launch that's not shrouded in constant controversy of some sort, right? So there was the likelihood of this guy blowing up your motherboard. AMD.
Well, likelihood or absolute 100% fact?
It sounds like if you had an Extreme 4 ASRock board, it was a fact.
We actually answered that question in our upcoming video.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, of how to solve that with asbestos or something like that.
The asbestos edition. So anyway, this card right here, AMD did actually announce yesterday, I think it was, or maybe the day before, that they did actually, over the weekend, get a driver update that fixes the power draw issue where it's going to significantly reduce the amount of draw through the PCIe slot.
Which means technically we were wrong.
Technically we were wrong, but we then again reported the information of what others were saying.
Good save.
Because remember, we didn't test this. So PC Per, get your shit together.
Yeah, PC Per and Tom's Hardware and all the other sites that we trust.
No, I'm just kidding. It was all speculation. There was lots of speculation. But AMD says that through a driver, they've been able to fix this to where, and I have access to the driver. I have not had a chance to test this yet, though, where they can reduce the power draw through the... Can you please stop trying to burn out my fan before I even get to play with the thing? And
I was conditioning the transformers.
But the email I got said there might even be a slight improvement in performance with this latest driver. So less power draw, more performance.
The only way you're getting more performance with less power is if it was actually a bug in the first place where the card was working a lot harder than it should have.
But if it was just a bug, don't you think you would have come out and been like, hey guys, our bad, we fixed it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
So anyway, yeah, there was that, and AMD kind of waited to do any sort of official announcement about this until they had a solution, because they didn't want to be like, yeah, guys, we know there's a problem, and that kind of sucks. Stay tuned, you know. But anyway, so they waited until they had a fix to announce it, and the fix is available. 16.7.1 is I believe the driver is, or maybe anyway, it's something like that.
So update your driver and save a motherboard.
So of course there was all that controversy, but then at the same time, it's one of those things where now that NVIDIA's 1060 is out, which everyone is saying is well, not everyone is saying, but a lot of people were speculating, okay, this is going to be a battle of the $200 range. Well, this guy right here, it's got 6 gigabytes of VRAM, right? 192-bit bus. It's got a GP 106 Pascal. That's 106, right? Whatever. Yeah, I don't have all the specs in front of me. It is a Pascal-based GPU, but it's $249. And we're only seeing one SKU for 6 gigabytes of VRAM, not the suspected 3 and 6 like we were seeing. So it's one SKU, 6 gigabytes, and it is, what is it? $10 more than the RX 480's 8 gigabyte card.
Okay.
But they're claiming 120 watt TDP on this guy.
Okay.
120 watts. That's very effective.
Which that's a 150, right? The Radeon?
Right. Well, with the issue, it was more like 165.
Correct, but that's what they were advertising
right,
at the beginning.
But 150 is like their target.
So
there.
$10 more, less power consumption.
A little bit less VRAM.
Okay.
2 gigabytes less VRAM.
Okay.
But they're saying that this matches the performance of a GTX 980. Is what they're saying.
That does?
At $249.
Oh, geez.
That's what they're saying. So that begs the question, right? It's got a long cooler. It's got a short PCB. Mm-hmm. We'll inevitably see custom cards with short options, good for like ITX builds.
Yep.
But the question is, why, and that's what everyone wants to know, is why are there no SLI fingers on here? Because typically it's the 950, the 750 Ti, 750.
Wait,
and
how much was that again?
$249.
$249. So how much would 2 of those be?
$500.
Oh, okay.
And now if this matches performance of the GTX 980, which as we know GTX 980 SLI is still slightly faster than the 1080, even though it was advertised as the opposite.
Right.
Maybe NVIDIA is limiting and not allowing SLI because it would be a better performance per dollar at $500 than spending $700 for a 1080. Does that make sense?
I don't think NVIDIA would do something like that.
Again, this is all speculation, but if the performance numbers are what they say they are,
so what
I
you're
can
saying,
see the incentive to limit it.
So what you're saying is NVIDIA may have accidentally left the SLI bridge off these cards because 2 of them could compete with the more expensive 1080.
I think they might have accidentally, intentionally done that.
Accidentally, intentionally. That kind of seems about right, actually.
Because like I said, it's usually the 50 series card that they don't allow SLI on. The 60 series cards would always allow SLI, but nothing more than 2-way.
So this brings up another interesting question. Can you still SLI them through PCIe?
No. NVIDIA does not support
Completely disabled.
NVIDIA has never supported SLI through PCIe.
Oh, really?
No.
You always needed the bridge?
You always needed the bridge.
I did not
AMD
know
is the one that switched to it with the GCN architecture.
Gotcha.
But again, there was always arguments too about why doesn't NVIDIA do that? NVIDIA claimed that the direct communication through the SLI fingers is a faster connection than going through the PCIe.
Which makes sense.
But again, it's speculation. This I have not had any conversations about NVIDIA or with NVIDIA about why they dropped SLI. In fact, in their entire notes regarding this in the news section, there was no they just completely didn't even mention SLI. Period. So not even the fact that, hey guys, it doesn't support it. It's just obvious by there's no finger, it means it doesn't support it.
So looking at the pros and cons between the two cards, the 480 versus the 1060, you got $10 cheaper on the Radeon card.
Okay, real quick. Everyone's saying that the Founders Edition is $299. Because again, they're doing the Founders Edition crap, right?
Oh, right. Okay.
But they did say MSRP was $249. So there's a $50 difference.
So, okay, let's say $50.
Still, even at $600,
yep.
It would potentially be better performance than a single 1080.
If you could run 2 of them.
For 100 less.
But you can, obviously. But you can run 2 480s, correct?
You can run 2 480s.
So the 480 is cheaper. It has more memory.
Well, it's $10 cheaper for the 8 gig.
$10 cheaper. Or potentially more memory, though, right?
Or potentially $50 to $100 cheaper for the 4 gig.
Okay, so for the 8 gig, though, oh, really? They make a 4 gig version?
Yeah, they make a $100 or $200 version and $239, $249 edition, depending on the
Wait,
brand.
so $40 more and you double the RAM on the card?
Yeah.
Well, who wouldn't do that?
Well, it's funny that it's $40 difference, though. It doesn't cost $40 for them to put 4 extra gigs of VRAM on here. So... yeah, it's interesting as to why.
I would spend $40 more to double the RAM.
I think most people are.
Yeah, so
I've yet to see any. I've seen lots of people send me their pictures of their 480s that they bought, but I've yet to see any pictures of anyone who bought a 4 gig. They all bought 8 gigs.
Crazy. So that for me though, looking at those now, I'm going to be unbiased. I'm going to take off my AMD tinfoil hat that I like to wear so much. But I would say cheaper, whether it be $10 or $50, potentially more memory, right? Depending on which SKU you choose and difference. And
The 480.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you can crossfire them, whereas this, you're only going to be able to run a single card.
That's what it looks
and
like.
you can probably run multiple cards, but not an SLI.
Here's the assumption here, is if it did somehow allow SLI through the crossfire or through the PCIe slot,
then it's hands down murders those.
No, but the thing is, if it did support that,
Yeah.
it would be the first card on Nvidia's side that ever did. It would be in the news that hey, 1060 supports SLI through PCIe, but it doesn't. There's no mention of of SLI period, which tells you without the finger, no mention of it, it doesn't SLI.
No, that makes sense. That's weird.
I
That's
honestly-
almost like Nvidia's kind of handing an edge to the competition.
Because
there.
the thing is, it ships with a 1.7 gigahertz boost clock.
Okay.
And they said that it's capable of 2 gigahertz overclock.
Oh, geez, that's pretty significant.
It is. So imagine 2 of these at 2 gigs.
Yep.
For even if you bought the Founders editions, right?
Yeah.
$600 for 2 of these.
Uh-huh.
I'd have to imagine it's matching performance of a 1080. I'd have to imagine that.
No, I'd agree with that.
And if it's close enough, then it makes sense that it's going to be between, say, 1070 and 1080 at the very least for cheaper than a 1080.
Gotcha. So with the overclock, you think it can match a 1080. Now, how about the 480s? 2 of those together, how close does that come to a 1080?
Oh, I did the benchmarks. I did a video on that already.
I guess I'll have
it's
to watch
faster
that.
than a 1070 and just under a 1080. These are for $478, 2 of them.
See, that seems like Nvidia. I mean, I know I get what you're saying about the GTX 1060 not having the SLI cable, but it seems like they just handed the ball to AMD to create something that can rival the card for much cheaper.
Yeah.
Because 480s in Crossfire, if it can even come close to a 1080 for that price, I mean, you're murdering it. If they had to put the SLI bridge on this, it would have canceled those out, at least for the NVIDIA people.
Now, disclaimer here, yes, NVIDIA did send me the card. I don't know what the performance numbers are yet. I don't have a driver for it yet. So I have no idea if it's true, but we're seeing rumors of because remember, there's lots of leaked information.
Don't these use unified driver architecture, or is it just not included in the latest unified driver yet?
It doesn't work that way.
Oh,
Any
okay.
card they've ever sent me, just plugging it in and letting the latest driver deal with it, doesn't work.
Okay, so they're having to add some proprietary
They
stuff.
are.
Okay.
But rumor has it that this is 15% faster than a 480 at stock speeds.
15% faster. So that's well worth it for what, $10 more?
$10 more.
$10 more.
Supposedly better VR experience. I don't know. So I need to do a Vive test with both of these. Like I need to do a Vive test with the 480. I need to
At
do a
least
Vive
it
test
seems
with
like
the guy.
AMD is like legitimately in the ring this time. Like
Well, they're saying this one's faster, 15%.
No, that's true. But
15% for $10 is a big deal.
But you can't run 2 of those together. That's what I'm saying. Is you can still build.
You know, I'm still
on that
torn.
system.
I'm still torn on.
It's an interesting scenario because I don't know what I would do honestly. Because with this, if you go with the 1060, you can only do 1.
You're forced to
So that's it. You're forced to 1.
because a lot of people, I think it's a much more realistic scenario for someone to be dealing with, low budget build, right?
Mm-hmm.
And to go, okay, I can afford one of these now, and potentially afford another one of these in the future and put them together. Because most games these days do scale pretty well with 2 cards, whether they be AMD or NVIDIA.
Right.
On my testing suite, Crossfire on the 480s scaled pretty linear, pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
It was at least a 70% improvement in most games,
Which is fantastic.
which is a great scaling.
Yeah.
So I think it's realistic that a lot of people would buy one of these and go, you know what? Later on, I could buy another one, and then you just look at your graphics, your tower, and you go, hey, I got 2 of these. It looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat. You can't now with this. So I think there's a lot of people in this price point that are going to lean towards this because they know they can do 2.
Yeah,
and
you
that
can
they are
build on it.
scaling well. So
Honestly, all driver problems aside and everything, I would lean towards that if I was looking at the low end to build on.
I think I might too.
Which is interesting.
I've yet to get my hands on or see or test any custom cards yet because thermals. Okay, I think thermals on both these guys are gonna be very similar. This thing hit 83C, no problem. The 1080 hit 83C with the reference blower. I have no reason to assume that this reference blower is going to do any better job at cooling this unless it's just extremely efficient core. I still would expect this thing to hit 80C, honestly. So again, once we see the custom cards, but again,
it's pretty crazy though. 30 watts less and 15% greater performance estimated.
Right, which kind of means that
that's still kind of inefficient.
But you know what though? Let's be honest here. The advertised 150 watt TDP of this card, everyone's going, that's fantastic. Well,
and they overshot it.
Well, they overshot it, but also the 1070 uses less power than this.
Oh, I was unaware of that.
Yeah, the 1070 uses less power than this when it's under load.
Wow. Well, it's AMD though. AMD likes
this
electrons.
is the most efficient card they've made in a long time.
Yeah, they're heading in the right direction.
But in terms of FPS per watt, they're still not on NVIDIA's level.
I saw an interesting comment earlier from Hexit. He said that over the course, AMD has proven that they increased the speed of their card by about 10% through driver development. And I just wanted to say also that's kind of true on both sides. NVIDIA also greatly improves the performance of the card in different applications moving forward through driver development. So I think those two kind of cancel each other out. I haven't seen anything definitive on either card that would say that one company is more successful than the other in squeezing more performance out via the drivers. I think it just comes down to over the life of the card, the games become more optimized, they get patched, the drivers get patched so the games support it, and everything just gets more efficient.
Right. Well, you know, I see a comment on here from CryptoPay that says RX 480 equals a happy GTA 5 stuttering show. I've seen reports of people complaining that GTA 5 stuttered really bad on RX 480. That wasn't my situation at 1080p, 1440, 4K. Yeah, of course, it was a lag fest, but it's not a 4K card. In either single card or Crossfire, I did not experience stuttering, so I don't understand that.
GTA 5 is kind of a weird entity as a game because even on my system that has an my HTPC I have with a 980 Ti in it, one time I'll start it up and it runs butter smooth, it won't skip a frame. Other times I've started up and it's been a stutter fest through the entire session.
On GTA 5?
Yep.
With your
same card,
with your
same
980
drivers.
Ti Strix SLIs?
Exactly. No, not SLR. Sorry, this is single card.
Oh, wow.
On my machine. That's why I was so surprised by it. I literally kill GTA 5, restart GTA 5, and the stuttering goes away.
Is it possible some process for the game loads in the background, and even though the game is full screen, it thinks it's a background process?
There is some kind of weirdness going on there because I've seen people complain about this in the forum before, where they get like this really bad like chattering stutter, and then I close the game and I reopen it, it's completely gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would blame that. I think some people are probably like, playing the game and they're just happening to hit that issue.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see more information on that. But I've had both things happen even on the same NVIDIA card with the same driver.
Matt in chat says, so Jay, about that hardware issue that can't be fixed, ? So Matt, we already talked about that. How about you not be late to the show, bro?
Yeah, Matt. How about you show up on time next time, Matt? Everybody tell Matt to show up on time next time.
Is the GeForce GTX LED on the 1060? Please answer. Again, I haven't turned this on yet. I haven't plugged it in, but I assume it is.
It looks translucent.
All the reference cards have always lit up.
Yeah.
So I would assume that it is.
What is that like? Would somebody like seriously not buy the card if it didn't light up?
No, but I think a lot of people don't like that it's green, because if you don't have a green build, then you have this green thing.
Jerry's tech tip of the day: if you don't like that it's green, just get a different color
Black tape.
Sharpie and just draw over it.
It'll still shine through the Sharpie. Just black tape it.
Oh no, I'm saying if you want to change the color, green and blue.
Do they make
red or what is it? Green and blue? Geez. No, I don't know the color spectrum very well.
And this is why you don't get hardware tips from this guy.
I am a genius here, guys. Use a Sharpie. Or use a dry erase marker. That way, if you screw up, you can undo it.
A dry erase marker. Got it.
A dry erase marker.
Okay, Salamander Tech says, Jay, can we get an update on the situation with your forums? We miss you there, and it's starting to get a bit dead.
Dude, you still have forums? I've never been there.
I know. No, the forums are still there. I need to move hosts. I need to get another host because we're having problems with the emails and stuff. So that's why you guys aren't getting your notification for forum sign up. So just...
I recommend GeoCities.
GeoCities.
You remember them?
GoDaddy.
GoDaddy.
Anyway, yeah,
Danica Patrick, host your site.
I don't have any update for you other than I'm going to be taking my stuff off of the Leap Computing forum or Leap Computing
Dude, your desk spooged on my phone.
We'll be going for you spit all over my desk.
Dude, you need to get some Lysol and wipe that up when you're done, son. Jeez, you got my phone all dirty and sticky.
What?
It was cheese. It was cheese. I'm talking about cheese, guys. Get your mind out of the gutter. It's like some cheese or something right there.
J. Cobb Steven says, Jay and Barnacles, love your content. They're talking to me, obviously, on that one.
No, I heard Barnacles.
I would love to see video about your favorite gaming keyboards and mice, like you did with headphones. Anyways, love seeing the new content.
I'm actually really digging the Corsair keyboards right now. The mechanicals.
Yeah, Corsair makes pretty solid keyboard.
I mean, there are a lot of really good mechanical keyboards out here, but I like the RGB backlit Corsair. They did a really good job of improving the software, so the RGB LED stuff is really, really good now. I run a K95. You run a K70.
Yeah, K70 RGB. Yours is K95 RGB.
Yep. If you don't care about lighting anywhere on the keyboard, you can check out some of the Duckies make good keyboard. DOS keyboard.
DOS keyboard.
Yep. DOS keyboards are still good, although they don't use a true Cherry MX switch anymore. But I got one of the new keyboards and I actually quite liked it. But I really like the LEDs. Mm-hmm. I really kind of got hooked on the LEDs and what you can do with them.
I'm confused here. Dana Rogers donated $10 and said, hey, got my DRAM settlement and thought I would share. I didn't forget you, Jerry. What are you talking about, DRAM
What's a
settlement?
DRAM settlement? Did you sue somebody for not having enough DRAM?
Am I supposed to get my share?
I want a DRAM settlement.
Raven Asian says, love your show. Keep it up.
Raven Asian.
Talking to me, obviously. Because you haven't been making content lately. So, I mean, you make like one
I
video.
made a video.
You made a video like once a week now. It's not.
Dude,
content.
I took down Indian scammers.
Okay, that was pretty cool.
I took down and after that I needed a rest.
I was impressed that you were able to play stupid for so long, but then
That was
weren't playing.
Okay, I will level with you, Jay. I didn't know that it was a scam until I entered my credit card number for the third time. Then I was like, I'm glad I'm recording this.
Yeah. The Tech Project says, I really love your videos. They're interesting and fun to watch at the same time. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. Anthony Saringo says, thanks for all the tech entertainment. You guys rule. We can't both rule. There has to be one ruler. We could take turns ruling.
Let's just take turns.
That'd be worse than Game of Thrones.
You can rule today. Yeah, I know, right? They don't really take turns ruling so much
King
as
of the North! King of the South!
If you get the throne, you pretty much die after that. There's no getting another try.
You're king. I don't want to be king. I don't want to sit on the Iron Throne. No.
No spoilers.
That's scary.
Just
Spit on my arm.
a little bit. It's okay. I got your desk cheese on my phone.
Stay tuned. Okay. What 2020 RX 680? What are they talking about?
Oh, you had to do that. Oh my god.
Jay, why you so pink for? Oh, it's just the white balance.
Just the white balance.
I tried to make Jerry look a little more normal. It made me pink. Look up. This guy's been in the sun like a collective 10 minutes the entire time he's been here.
And I'm like already burned.
Yeah.
Like literally walking from the car to the gym.
We're supposed to go on a bike ride tomorrow. That's gonna be.
We're going for a bike ride on road bikes. I've never been on road bikes before.
Well, to be honest, I'm on a road bike. He's gonna be on a hybrid. He's gonna be on my Cannondale.
I'm gonna ride your Cannonball.
Bing bing.
Oh, here I got a couple here too.
Crazy Chief
Oh, you got
says,
some?
"Get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. Go now.
chopper,
Get
yeah,
down. Do it. What is wrong with you, this girly man? What does that say? Nay, 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 nay. Bad kniff. Yeah."
Oh my gosh, dude. Thank you, Total PC Technology says, tell Jay to sell me that damn MSI GTX 980 Ti.
Mine?
Yeah, he wants you to sell you his.
All right, $500.
$500. There you go. Deal. Let's see here.
Email me.
Thank you, Robert Adams. No question.
Wait, I can't sell graphics cards. It's in my contract.
Oh, and Dana Rogers got me this time. See, didn't forget you, lols.
Aww.
Thank you, Dana.
That's
also,
awesome.
when you guys make a donation, it shows up on my watch. I didn't even realize that. It literally pops up on my watch. I thought that was pretty cool. And then the last one, let's see, Nathaniel Pickard. No question, but thank you, sir. See, I like mine because like half people don't ask a question. It's nice. I just go ding, 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 ding.
Sell out. Just stop selling out to your audience.
This
man.
is the only way that I can catch up with you, Jay.
The audience doesn't rule you.
The audience owns me, Jay. You own me.
Don't go all Keemstar in your audience now.
Oh my God! Do not ever. That's a bad move.
It's funny. The other day we were talking about the Keemstar situation,
Yeah.
right? Last night, and the wife had no idea who Keemstar was. But every time I said Keemstar, she kept thinking I was talking about Homestar Runner.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, "What's Homestar Runner?" And I'm like,
Strong Bad.
Yeah,
it's funny. They're kind of the same, right? In terms of seriousness here. Anyway, all right. So let's not give him any more than the 5 seconds of fame he doesn't deserve. Okay, so Jay,
be nice to the YouTube community, guys. Do not be an angry person that hurts other YouTubers.
Zen versus Skylake. Well, Skylake exists, and Zen is still waiting to be seen. So there's your comparison.
Zen versus Skylake. I think Zen's gonna beat. Actually, if this is any indicator, Zen is gonna require a lot of thermal barriers.
You're gonna turn on the button.
Actually, I heard that Zen is going to be the first chipset that actually requires 220 outlet on the wall.
All of America is screwed.
You can only plug it in next to the dryer.
Special outlet.
No, I'm curious. AMD actually seems like their offering is, controversy aside, the offering seems solid for the price point.
No, we don't put controversies aside. That's why they're controversies.
Okay, it's controversial.
Look at the size of the solder on that right there.
Dude, yeah, show that to the camera, dude.
That is a huge solder.
Yeah, those are not screws. Those are literally solder blobs.
Sploosh.
Yeah, somebody was just like...
Wow.
That is a heavy card, man.
Well, it's because
all
the
cooler?
cooler is metal. Yeah. Whereas this one's all plastic.
I know, that's what I don't get. This one actually technically has more wattage, so you'd think it'd have more cooler, but it doesn't. Because AMD. Good space heaters, though. If you live in a cold climate and you want to heat your room...
Stop it. Stop it. It's my channel we're on right now. You say what you want on your channel. Stop it.
Hey, I will be the first to say that was actually a compliment. You know how many
just got
times...
an email.
What?
NVIDIA is announcing the GeForce GTX 1080. I can learn about it
1060,
here.
you mean?
Or, I mean, yeah, 1060.
Yeah, because I was like, the 1080, oh god, you must have really violated embargo. Just kidding.
Yeah, NVIDIA is launching the GTX 1060. It's game ready.
You know what pisses me off the most about Jay is his computer over here. I look inside of it and I'm like, oh, what graphics card you got in there? He's oh, just 3 Titans. 3 liquid cool Titans. Like,
I'm all pouty, like, oh, it's just 3 GTX Titans.
I hate you so much, dude. It's like it already looks awesome, and then I look in there and say, oh yeah, I just got all the graphics cards you could possibly stick in this thing.
I'm gonna give those to Little J.
You should just give them to Little J. She likes to make like little towers and stuff out of them.
Oh, what motherboard and processor is she running? An AMD APU.
I got another ding from Michael Drum. Thank you.
At least you have a ding.
Ding, fries are done.
My ding is in the wife's nightstand.
I have just discovered. That's not a ding. That's a. Oh my god! I'm turning red. This is no longer a white. This is no longer a color balance issue, Jay. Oh, disclaimer: I wasn't saying anything bad about AMD. This is on Jay's channel. I love you, AMD. Please send me 480s. My room's cold.
Elzamo92 says, I've already given Jerry 10 pesos. Now you can have some too.
I love pesos.
The Tech Project donated again and said, I'm about to do a custom mod to my GPU. I am taking an H80i V2 thick and putting it on my GPU core. And then taking some heat sinks plus NFA 8 to cool the VRAMs. So you can recommend idea or suggestions.
Sounds like this guy's already gone way beyond recommendations and suggestions.
Do what you're about to do, man. I don't think you need that much airflow to cool the VRM.
I think you should put some water-cooled muffler bearings on it.
Jeez. He doesn't say what GPU he has, though. If he has an AMD GPU, he might want to go with, like, Delta fans. All right, I'll stop. You're a bad influence on my...
I am a horrible influence. It's okay,
everyone has seen my reviews, man. You cannot deny the performance of the 480 as long as it doesn't blow shit up.
Dude, this is cool. Look at that.
Do you, like, never use your iPhone?
I never use this thing.
Oh, man.
Borrow Jazz. Thank you.
It's making him a little bit more lazy.
Although, when I click it, it doesn't show me anything other than your name. Okay, the watch still sucks. I'll read him off the phone a little bit.
James Swanson. Just like every week, here he is.
I know James. I've seen that name before. Damn, man, my balls are all like getting all stuck on your chair here.
It's kind of warm in here.
Oh, it is. Kind of.
Jerry, you should have hacked the scammers back to put ransomware on the scammers' computers.
Already did. I just didn't put it in the video because that's illegal.
Oh. Then you just admitted to it, though. I'll cut that out in post.
Okay. Wait, is this like, do we have a 3-second delay? Oh, wait, that's gone.
It's over. Jerry, let's see. Jay, I have 3 panels, 144 hertz, 24 inch. I was wondering, seeing all the pricing is so messed up this launch, would it be better to go with 2 1070s over a 1080? And yes, I'm an FPS whore. You will get way more performance out of 2 1070s than you will a single 1080.
This is true.
As long as the games you play scale well with SLI. And you have the cooling to deal with it.
If you love indie games, you're probably SOL.
Yeah, I'm going to use it on Broforce.
Yeah. I think Broforce already gets like 9,000 frames per second though on like a Cirrus Logic ISA card.
We had a lot of fun playing that at PDX.
That was an amazing game.
It's always like whoever it is that screws up and falls off the screen. You're like, no!
Yeah,
you ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, no, that's a great game. Broforce, check it out.
Even Little J plays Broforce with her cousin.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Drew Man says, love your... It's actually a woman. No. Drew Man says, love your videos. Just replaced my motherboard after ripping the surface layer off the old one with the heatsink standoff.
What?
What motherboard did you have? Good Lord.
How the hell do you rip a surface layer off the motherboard?
I've heard of people pulling their PCIe plastic shrouds off of the sockets before because they're not like soldered in very good.
They're just gripping too hard and they're ripping them off.
Well, what it is like sometimes this will fit really tight in the PCIe.
Yeah, slot. I've had cards like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they unlatch it and they pull it up, and then for whatever reason the plastic stays on here and just pulls off the motherboard. You're sitting there with all of the leads just sitting there.
I would have the most confused look on my face if
it's
that happened to me.
Before,
like you pull out the card and you're like, wasn't there a slot there? Like,
it's happened to me
before.
Oh,
it's on the card.
No, it happened to me, and I actually got the slot back down on it and crimped down, and it still worked. Like, I literally sat there with, like...
With all those intricate pins, you got them lined up?
I lined up, because I kind of did it, the back end sort of, like, kind of leaned it down slowly so it would fit perfectly.
Wow.
And then got the holes back in and then super glued the back.
You got more balls than me. I would not trust that.
Where did I have to lose at that point?
That's true.
Got 2 pins together and the GPU's fried next.
Everything just catches fire.
Andrew Joy says, Jay, with this donation, make sure to buy Jerry a Starbucks with it. Wait, I can't buy him a $2.50 Starbucks?
No, this is how it works. It's called matching. It's like 401k at a real job.
But you're not contributing to anything to it though.
You've
been here as
friendship.
You
friendship.
can't put a price on that.
You can't. So give me a Starbucks, goddammit.
Why do birds suddenly appear? Buy me a beer.
I'll buy you a beer.
All right. Songjung? Is that his name?
Songjung? Why do you gotta be all racist with it like that?
Well, okay. I have a funny story.
Seongjung.
Seongjung. It could be young. Anyway, listen. I got a funny story. So,
okay. This is gonna get us kicked off the internet?
Okay, so the last name of Wen, I believe it's Korean, right? Wen. N-Y-G-U-E-N?
It's the name of a casino in Las Vegas.
No, that's the Win.
That's the Win?
It's the Win.
Oh, this is Wen.
Okay, Mr. Diablo.
Wait, Wen.
Diablo.
Wasn't that the name of the pig in Black Cauldron?
Listen to me!
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about, though, right? N-Y-G-U...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yes. I know. Yeah, I know.
So when I used to drive for FedEx.
It's like New Gen or whatever.
Yeah. So I used to deliver packages, and I delivered to this doctor's office, and I'm like, I've got a package here for Dr. Nugent, and they all started laughing at me like, we'll take it for Dr. Nugent, and they signed for it. And then later on, someone told me it's like pronounced Wen. I'm like, really? If we're converting this to English, why even put the N on there?
I never would have thought that that's pronounced Wen.
I'll never understand. Correct me if I'm wrong. See, they're saying yes. They're saying I'm right, like in the way it's pronounced. Okay, if we're converting Vietnamese, Cambodian, Japanese,
so wait,
Chinese, Korean.
G and U.
They're saying it's Vietnamese.
Are in Wen?
Right there. N-G-U-Y-E-N. That's pronounced Wen.
Wen.
If we're converting that language to English, why not make it W-E-N?
Dude, hooked on phonics does not work for me.
Why? Why is it converted to English like that?
Yeah, it should be just...
Sorry, a little bit of a rant there. But
it should be Nugent.
Yeah, see... But that's what I said when I went to deliver the package. I got a package for Dr. Nugent, and they're like, we'll take it for Dr. Nugent. They were making fun of me, and I didn't know it.
Just like chicken fajitas.
Fajitas?
Fajitas?
Yeah, if you're going to convert to it, like, at least make it phonetically make sense.
Yeah, just make words phonetic. I learned phonetically. I need...
So I don't understand why you convert an Asian language that's fairly hieroglyphic in the way that the language is written, right?
Yes.
And you're going to convert it to the English language, which is loosely based on Germanic, right?
Why? You've lost me.
English is a Germanic language.
I did not know this.
Okay, so anyway, it's based on Germany.
Did you go to school?
A little bit.
Oh, wow.
I slept a lot. So anyway, I guess it's such a rant. Why not just spell it W-E-N?
When?
Don't make me look like an idiot because I'm like Nugent.
When?
When what?
When?
Where?
Nugent.
Oh, okay.
Nugent.
I forgot I was still on that. I guess we should actually do his
Are you
question
going to
now.
actually read Seongjung?
Okay, so Songjung says...
Songjung?
I don't know, I could be mutilating his name. It's actually pronounced Sing.
Named you. Wow, you pronounced my name correctly the first time. So I'll donate again.
Songjung?
You did it.
Yeah!
Songjung.
To be honest, I do live in a heavily Asian area, to be honest. So I kind of...
His neighbors do not like him. I see the looks they give him.
My neighbors are white, though. Anyway, yeah, they're mean. They don't like me. The neighbor apparently works nights, and when I start up my car in the morning, he ain't happy.
Oh, dude, Jay's car is stupid loud. My car is quiet.
I warned you. All right, so he says, hey, Jay, do you think the EVGA 1084 set... Can you read it to me? I haven't drank, I swear.
Hey, Jay, I have a GTX 980. Should I pick up another one for about $250 or sell my 980 and buy a 1080?
Can you actually read the right question?
Wait, which one do you want to know?
Oh,
sorry, that was the professional. That was the professional.
Songjung.
The professional. What would you answer the professional, and then I'll go up to Songjung again. Sorry.
Okay. No, read the right one.
Damn it.
Can't cut in line.
Okay. Hey, Jay, do you think the EVGA 1070 for the win is worth the extra $65 over an Asus Founders Edition?
Oh, God, yes. Oh, God, yes. Because one... The For the Win does have extra power phases, so you get clean power delivery, potentially a better overclocking experience. But the noise alone, screw the Founders cards.
Are they really that noisy?
All the blower style cards are noisy.
That's true. Even Puget told me that's why they wanted me to wait for the Strix cards.
I would quite honestly. Oh, he's getting it for $405 on the Microsoft Student Store.
Yes.
So if you're already getting it at a definitely get the 1070 for the win.
Eric Hobbs is trying to just type things here. What is it?
What is happening here?
Eric, what are you doing?
Jerry is a what?
Hobbs.
Jerry is a what?
He just typed Jerry is a and then he deleted it. Don't leave me hanging.
So guys, Hobbs Latoff is a moderator in the chat. He also manages the donation links for us, or the comments. So if he misses you, don't get mad at us. Get mad at him.
Get mad at him.
But he started to type something in the document. He's like, Jerry is a, and he like copy pasted,
just left
cut,
me hanging.
moved it.
Just left me hanging and deleted it.
And then bring it back. It's like,
Oh, look, now he's acting like nothing happened. He's just like pasting on stuff.
We'll get you, man.
All right, so Jackson Fortune said, since this is tech talk, car talk, and tax talk,
Oh yeah, I forgot what tax.
you should alternate another 50% of the viewers and add gun talk. No, that is not going to happen.
It's because he wants me to talk about the new regulations in California.
They're horrible and stupid, and we'll just leave it at that.
Let's just say there's loopholes involved, and I'm potentially going to become a criminal.
Yeah, Jay is basically going to be a criminal, but it's okay. I'll be a criminal right alongside him.
No, you won't. You're in Washington where they're like, do whatever you want.
That's pretty true. Okay, now can we get to the professional? Is that
Read
okay?
it again. Read it in order.
Hey, Jay, I have a GTX 980.
Okay.
That's a graphics card.
So he's got one of these 1060s here.
No.
He does.
Sort of.
In terms of performance.
Equivalent. Okay.
And this has more memory.
Equivalent. That's true. That does. Okay.
Go.
He said, should I pick up another one for around $250? How much is this?
$250.
Okay. This is it.
Okay, this is $299.
Or,
okay.
He said, or sell my 980 and buy a 1080. So wait, if you can get that for $250, the 980s have got to be cheap now. Like on the market. What are 980s going for now?
Okay, well, that's the thing. You can't really buy them new anymore, so we'd be buying a used one for $250.
Right.
I would probably say get another 980 if he has the power supply and the cooling for it.
Get another 980.
I would.
Do another 980.
It's a hard decision. You'll get better overall performance with a single 1080 as long as the game's
and stability. SLI is inherently unstable compared to
SLI is not. Multi-config panels on SLI is.
Well, that's isn't that what everybody does?
I don't know.
Like nobody watching the show has a single monitor. If you have a single monitor and you're watching the show and it's not a laptop that came out of a bag, I'm questioning you right now.
You're not a real enthusiast.
So you're not a real enthusiast. Why are you watching the show, you protester?
I gotta do this.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
The extra body heat in here.
Oh wow! Oh, a fan has just emerged from the ceiling. Oh, that feels so good.
You're making it hot in here. I'm not gonna
pull
lie.
my pants up and get some air in there. Oh, it's so sweaty down there.
Why am I looking? I can't stop.
Oh, you can't see it past the belly.
blind!
You can't see it past the belly anyways, Jay. That's what she said. Let's see where we at here. Wait, did Song Jong? Oh, Song Jong. Okay, there's the second donation. Man, Hobbs, what are you doing? Here we go. Eric Steele says, Jay and Jerry discuss kittens. Jerry argue pro, Jay argue cons. Go.
Well, you have to start with the pros, don't you?
Kittens are fucking awesome to snuggle. They're just like snugglers.
Kittens are like arrogant as fuck. First of all,
But so are you. I think you'd get along great.
They want you to pet them all the time. Like you have to feed them.
That's true. You do.
All they do is squeak. They serve no purpose. A dog, they give you emotional like attachment.
And eat your shit when you're away.
Cats just be like, love me, but I don't want to love you.
But you can't leave your house for like 10 days with a cat, or with a dog. With a cat, you can. With a dog, the dog will die after it eats everything in the house.
No. See, the cat offers absolutely no benefit to your life whatsoever. A dog can fetch things. A dog can actually provide security for your house. If you have
My cat literally provided the same functionality as a hand warmer.
Your cat was a bitch. You know why I say that? Because she wouldn't let me pet her.
She was a little bit of a bitch, but I liked her. She's my bitch.
No.
Cats.
And kittens, don't even get me started, man. Kittens just are like little fur balls, like meow, meow. It's one of those.
But they're so
like
cute.
Like a chicken. Just break the neck, do it, and get it over with.
Or you don't break the neck and you snuggle them.
Why would I want to snuggle a furry rat cat thing?
Why would you want to snuggle a dog that needs like emotional reinforcement to stay alive?
Because we feed on each other's emotional attachment.
I'm just kidding. I like cats and dogs, so this is a mute point. Mute point.
There's a reason why dogs eat cats. Okay, it's because dogs know. Dogs know there is no purpose to a cat on this planet. We had a cat once. We actually had a neighbor give us their cat because old house of mine there was like a mouse problem. We couldn't get rid of the mice.
Yep.
Right. So we got a cat. Literally.
This sounds legit.
We came home one day to find the cat and the mouse playing in the living room. Not even kidding.
Interesting.
So at that point I was like, cats are useless. Don't ask me why we had rats and mice.
I'm actually getting to as soon as I get back from the family vacation. This isn't the family vacation. This was my vacation until I had to go to the gym and do tech talk. But anyways,
riding a bike and going to the gym.
I digress.
Okay, I had that coming.
but no, we are going to be getting 2 new cats. We're actually looking at some Maine Coons because they're like freaking
Maine Coons
enormous
are huge.
cats.
They're like they call them Maine Coons because they're like the size of a raccoon.
They are literally
same
massive.
markings.
Yeah,
We had a Maine Coon.
I want to get a cat that Xander can't break.
Truth be told, we've had like tons of cats.
Your cat was awesome, dude. The one that you
Haley?
had when you're
Yeah.
So when I woke up, she was like sleeping on my chest.
We ended up giving her to another family because when the baby was born,
Yeah.
she didn't like it and she started pissing all over.
We
the house.
almost had to do the same thing with Hannah. It was
Yeah.
like a really close call, but then Hannah started defending her like last minute. Like I think she sensed that the wind was changing. It's like, okay,
well,
we're
see,
gonna have
the
to get rid
cat
of you.
wasn't. The cat didn't have any direct attack, or not attack, but issues towards the baby. It was during the night. She was like pissing on the baby's blankets, pissing on all the carpet, like marking territory.
Okay,
like
that's
crazy.
yeah.
And you know, cat spray. Ugh. Yeah, if you've ever had a female cat and cat spray, that smell.
It's rancid, dude.
Yeah.
It's so rancid.
Yeah.
RC Gaming said, "Hey guys, my name is Kyle. No, you're RC Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're RC Gaming. You need to embrace that. From Ontario, Canada. Here's $5 for ad block usage. Love your work. Keep the videos coming. Thank you, Tunnel Bear, for letting me donate from
Wow,
Canada."
Canadians are blocked from donating.
I
Crazy.
did not realize that. That's horrible.
Yeah, donate a lot. I see a lot of comments too, like, why isn't that little $sign button there for me? When you're on the gaming, if you're not on the gaming.youtube.com
Yep.
link, you won't see it. But if you are and you don't, it's blocked by region.
Here, read Tim M's. I'm gonna go check because I think I got a bunch coming in here.
Tim M says, Jay, are you ever going to record in 1440p? Don't
Yeah.
let the Joker outdo you. Also, any reason, any reason, well, I don't need as many pixels. Never. So any reason I should SLI 1070 Strix if I'm running 3440 by 1440.
Did you
First of
really
all, I
just
love-
turn that into
first of
a
all,
fat joke?
I love Joker. He knows that. I supported Joker and his weight loss long before
So
you
wait a
guys
second.
did.
So what? I shoot most of my stuff in 4K now. What does that mean?
Well, it's a ratio thing.
I hate you so much.
First of all,
Jay.
I don't know what camera he's using that does 1440. No, you know he's probably shooting in 4K, but downscaling to 1440. Anyway,
No, we'd have to be because I don't know of any camera in
Yeah.
existence that shoots 1440.
that
native.
camera right there is a Canon 70D and it only does 1080p 30.
Have you seen Jay's like you could literally take your video with the quality it is and just upscale it in Premiere and upload it and it would look better than my 4K footage.
I see no
native off my
reason to
camera.
upgrade. The only reason I would buy another camera right now, okay, I want to jump on the bandwagon with everyone else buying Sony A7S or A7S Mark II.
That's still the one I'm like totally trying to hold back from getting, but I
But
want
to get
it.
that and then get the
glass?
No, I could still use like Canon glass if I get
Oh, the
like a
speed
Metabone
booster.
speed
Yep.
booster, but that's another $600 by itself. So you're like $4,000.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
I would need the
New
power
batteries,
adapter.
yeah,
No, not
power
the
adapter.
batteries and power adapter,
Yep.
so I could use AC. That's a lot of money just to get what? A little bit better quality once YouTube compresses the shit out of it, and 1080p 120.
Yeah,
FPS.
I don't think it's worth it now, but still, I honestly think you should up-res to 4K when you're rendering and upload it so that you have a 4K and a 1080p option, because I think in the future, YouTube is going to leverage more towards 4K content.
Yeah, and like I said, my CPA is telling me spend more money, and I've been wanting.
But I'm saying in the meantime, just take your 1080p footage and render it as 4K. Then when you upload it, they'll down-res it to 1080, but it'll still look better than you upload in 1080 native because they give more priority to 4K footage.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the Sammy's camera near me does have one in stock, and I've thought about it. I really have. But it's like $4,000. You know what I can do to my car for $4,000? That's kind of my priority.
Dude, you live in a drug lord mansion. You can afford it with all your YouTube millions.
I know what I can afford, and I know what I can't.
You've
sir.
seen my house and the weeds in my yard.
That's not a money problem. That's a personality problem.
This is true. This is just a laziness problem. Let's see what we got here. Muhammad Keharil bin Norli.
You totally jacked it up.
I messed that up so bad. He said, "Hi guys, plan to upgrade my CPU. What are your views on getting engineering samples from eBay? Great show, by the way. Engineering samples from eBay? Are people selling engineering samples on eBay?
I don't know necessarily about engineering samples, but I know review samples for like a lot of written sites and stuff do end up there on eBay.
Like, what does he think about? I mean, if they're selling them on
If it
eBay, why
works.
not pick them up if they work?
If it works, I mean, would you feel reluctant buying a card from me?
No.
If you can trust where it came from, then go for it. That holds true to anybody buying anything used. Though.
The only thing that I would be like remotely worried about
retail
is if it wasn't retail. Is like if it says confidential on it, like in the Intel confidential CPUs that are not for
if
resale.
it's not
explicitly.
final version, like final revision, then you might have some issues.
Because if you're buying stuff that's Intel confidential and stuff, those things are not supposed to be resold.
Yeah.
So just be careful. But yeah, if it's a review sample, there's no reason not to. Let's see here. We have Michael Drum said, "Love the show. I'm looking at the Asus ROG Strix 1070."
ROG, sir, not ROG.
Everybody says ROG.
No, they don't. Only
Everybody says
people
ROG.
that are dumb do that.
Nope, everybody says ROG. Strix 1070 and only has one 8-pin power connector. Should I get the card that has more power available, or is one 8-pin enough?
I've already covered
Go watch
this.
Jay's video.
I've already covered this.
Which video is it? Tell him which video to go watch.
Well, it's the GTX 1080 ACX edition.
Yep.
And what I showed was, and then there's the MSI 8 gig Gaming X that I showed. I have, I don't know, 7 or 8 1080s right now. No, I'm serious. I have 3. Okay, I have 4 Founders editions, which are all single 8-pin. I have the G1 Gaming, which is a single 8-pin.
Okay.
I have the EVGA ACX 3.0, which is a single 8-pin.
Okay.
And then I have the Zotac Amp Extreme. I have the MSI Gaming X. But I thought I had one more. But anyway, the point being, all of my cards that overclock the best have the single 8-pin. All the cards that have the multiple plugs do not overclock as far as the ones that do.
That's a really interesting observation.
I don't know why.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, but there's some reason, obviously.
I don't know why.
So I think that answers your question. We have...
I will say this real quick, though, because I still have to do my review.
Yep.
But the Zotac Amp Extreme boosts the farthest on its own. But I still don't have any more additional overclocking headroom than any of the other cards.
I have not owned a Zotac card for like
my Zotac,
5+ years.
My Zotac Amp Extreme, I showed it last week. Mm-hmm. I think you saw the pictures.
Yeah, I did.
It's a triple slot card. It's way longer, way thicker, and way taller than any other card.
Yeah.
It boosts up to 2050 by itself. So it's the only card I've gotten so far that will boost well into 2000.
But unfortunately, you're taking up 3 slots with it.
3 slots. So SLI, unless you have a board that allows triple slot spacing, isn't going to work. And if it once you get to 2120-ish, stability problems. All of my Founders Edition cards and the EVGA card will do 2150, 2160. No
Weird.
problem. Yeah, and they're single 8-pin with the standard face design. So, whatever.
You'd think it would be the stronger overclocker just because
it just goes to show that the silicon quality and the silicon lottery will always triumph power input.
That's true. That's true. Yair Borogis says, "Thank you both for your great content." That includes both of us. Yeah. You both have come a long way.
Yeah, he did.
You guys have no idea.
He came 1,200 miles.
You get that? Yeah. Inside joke. Oh, God. I just got vertigo. Oh, I laughed so hard I gave myself vertigo.
I think that might have been an aneurysm.
It might be. If I start speaking in tongues, just my EpiPen's in the room. I'm not even kidding.
I hope you'll find it.
I love the optimism, Jay. I love the optimism. Yeah. Insert into nostril. Fan meetup will be epic, and my wife is tagging along. She may feel awkward, lol. No chance of Mrs. JayzTwoCents going there too.
Okay, I don't know yet. We have not finalized this.
We have not finalized the meetup yet, guys. We don't know if it's happening for sure.
We really want it to happen, but we're afraid of strangers.
Yeah, with stranger danger. There's some stranger danger.
No, we might have armed security with us.
Yes. Carrying guns that magazines don't come out of, and you have to like disassemble the guns and
I showed Jerry a video on the California Bullet Button Reloaded.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Anyway,
I digress.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Drew.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned
to Twitter. If you guys don't follow on Twitter, I'm sorry. That's where the information goes. And if we do a meetup, it's going to be Saturday morning in the LA Orange County area.
Yeah, because I have to leave in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I think it's later afternoon, like around 5 or 6, but I do have to leave.
It would have to be a morning meetup, though, to give you time to back here and get your stuff.
Yes, because I got to fly back home and, snuggle my wife and kid and be so thankful that I'm finally gone from this California heat wave.
It's not a heat wave.
I know he keeps joking. It's like the coldest week it's been down here.
It's only it was only 84 yesterday, and he was like,
I was dying. I was like, I'm dying, Jay. I actually went and bought SPF 100 sunscreen today.
He did. He bought 100 plus.
100 plus. Like, they couldn't even... It went off the scale of their instrumentation. Let's see. Chris Baker said, "This is for all the fun and information you have given me." Aw, he's talking to me because it was my donation.
Okay, I got to answer this one. Yep. Wesley Runyon says, "Hey, Jay, this is my third $5 donation. Hope you get this one." Dude, Hobbs, what are you doing, man? No. I liked the last video on setups you did. My question is, have you ever considered custom furniture to match the badass hardware you sport? I don't have room for furniture in here, honestly.
No, this room is tiny. You guys have no idea how tiny this room is.
It's a regular sized bedroom. Like, that's like an 8 foot by 8 foot.
Yeah, that's like Xander's.
No, maybe 9 foot by 9 foot.
It's small.
It's not that big.
It's so small.
That's what she said, unfortunately.
So small.
Custom chairs, like to match my setup. The problem is I change my colors a lot. So I wouldn't...
Dude, I wouldn't change nothing. This room's rocking right now, dude.
That's why I did the RGB lighting, so I can change that color.
I'm stealing this from you somehow. I just got to figure out how to make it work with the giant 50-inch screens block and
Why don't
everything.
you just go to Lowe's and buy it?
No, I have like 8,000 yards of RGB LEDs. I've just never used them.
No, you're not stealing this from me. Everybody does this backlight on the desk like this.
No, but oh really?
Lots
I always see them do it under like the edge of the table and the floor and stuff, but I've never seen it like specifically against the wall on the back of the edge of the desk.
I've seen a lot of channels do that.
Oh wow, it's very cool. You should get on Pimp My Setup. Hey,
I've already-
Swash it, hook it up.
I've been on 3 times.
Well, yeah, but now your setup's actually cool.
Hey, Todd Vance says, I donated 5 earlier and it didn't show. Eric's note, not my fault. But here's another $5 because you support guns. Eric's note, not my fault.
All right, Todd. Let's see here. We have, I got another missed donation here, too. Nathaniel Pickard said, I've donated 5. Wasn't he up there? I could have swore I saw him.
Who, what now?
Nathaniel Pickard.
I didn't see it, no.
Hold on, Nathaniel.
That's just farther down.
Nathaniel. All right, we're going to trust Nathaniel here. He said, for some reason, my chat never showed up when I donated. I've sent $5. Jay. Jerry, are you
Their
going to
system's been broken.
Oh, yeah. Jerry, are you going to do a Jerry riff soon? What's a riff? Like, Jerry riff soon.
Jerry rig. To type
Jerry rig,
FS
sorry.
next to G.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I actually do have some Jerry rigs coming up. I have some really good Jerry
actually,
rigs
Jerry
coming up.
wanted to do a Jerry rigged here where we bust out the window and you make a cardboard laundry chute.
Yeah, literally, we were just messing around. He's like, we need a laundry chute in this house. I was like, yeah, we'll just build a cardboard one down the side of the house and the window downstairs. It would totally work. It would just look ghetto and probably get him in trouble with the neighbors. Let's see here. And Jay, should I build a system out of used PC parts?
Of course, if you trust where they come from,
Yep.
like I said. A lot of my systems before I started YouTube were built off of like used parts for sale on forums. Like overclock.net, hard forums and all that stuff.
Oh, hey, John Akers, by the way, the guy that I used to work with at Motherboards Computers, he said soldering. Bigger the blob, better the job.
Just like welding.
Just like welding, man.
All right, Real Lunacy says, should we expect a 3 Idiots video? Sorry if it was mentioned already. Work. Also, can you talk about what effect YouTube Red has had on your income? One, Coconut Monkey's coming over later, but we'll be editing. We did the Q&A stuff for the hashtag AskJayandJerry on Twitter. So we shot 2 sides of that, one for his channel, one for mine. We'll be editing that later while we do a Reno 911 marathon tonight, because Coconut Monkey's never seen Reno 911.
Yep.
He watched some clips of it on YouTube with us last night, and he was laughing his head off.
Yeah,
so
it's good.
We're going to do that tonight. Tomorrow, maybe, we'll do something similar. Jerry's here during the week, which unfortunately he sees I do have a pretty busy week when it comes to like Little Jay's extracurriculars, my gym activity, work, and so unfortunately there's less time during the days we would like to make content, which is why we kind of did the easy way of Ask Us video.
Well, I'm also working on the vlog too. I'll probably shoot that straight through tonight, straight through tomorrow, and then release the vlog when I get home.
Like a single trip vlog, like I did last time.
Just a single trip vlog, yep.
See, Nick says, hey Jay, question. I bought a 1070 Founders Edition and water cooled it. I have the chance to return it and get a 1080 FE. Do you think it's worth it? I'm about to hit buy. You choose.
All the pressure, Jay. All of the pressure.
Well, you can. I believe you can use the same exact block that you have for already. I mean, if you can. No, I already confirmed with EK that 1070 and 1080 block are identical.
Okay.
If you can get the 1080, then yeah. It just kind of sucks to return a perfectly good card on the basis of you want a different one. I don't know. It's up to you. It's more of an ethics question, quite honestly. But
yeah.
It's kind of like when people tell me, should I return a card because it overclocked good? It's like, well, technically it didn't.
I mean, technically, if it's working, you're already unboxed and you're already using it, then you probably shouldn't return it. But unless you bought it from Costco, which they already know everybody does that.
Yeah, like 5 years later.
Yeah, like Costco, like 7 years later, you bring it back, they're fine, like treadmills and stuff. They're okay.
I want to get through these questions because I want to end with car talk today.
I know, geez.
But they keep donating.
I know, I've got a lot. It's like, look at this. We got Jacob Christensen saying, hey, Jerry and Jay, I just wanted to ask you both what Intel CPU would be. Notice he said Intel. What Intel CPU would be the best both CPU-based games like Planet Coaster, never heard of it, and City Skylines, never heard of it.
I've heard of City Skylines.
But at the same time, be good for rendering and work overall.
Okay,
Keep up the good work.
If you have, he didn't give a budget.
Let's just assume he's a millionaire.
6700K is a very good CPU. 6800K if you want to do X99 stuff. 5820K is still a really good processor if you're really to build an X99 system. Anything's going to get the job done. Any CPU, and Jerry will agree with me, any CPU, even the bottom dollar CPU, can be a rendering CPU. It just matters how long it takes to get the job done. So how much time do you have to get the rendering done? If you're
Yeah.
not doing heavy rendering, then get like an i5.
Yeah, and depending on what software you're using too, there's a big balance between the CPU rendering and the GPU rendering.
Right.
So you may find you spend all this money on a CPU and the platform you're using is heavily GPU biased, and in that case, you're not going to gain a lot. So check your software suite. If you're using something like Adobe Premiere, Adobe Premiere is actually pretty CPU heavy.
Yeah.
So you want something with a lot of cores. I mean, it'll utilize them. Like I use all 24 cores on my system when rendering Adobe Premiere. If you're using something like Sony Vegas, I've heard that Sony Vegas actually has got some GPU rendering stuff in it. It's pretty quick. So it depends on what you're using.
Loth says, "Hey Jay, what kind of performance increase would I get from another 1080? I've been dying for a SLI 1080 versus 1080 video. I'm not planning on doing any 1080 versus 1080 SLI video. I'm really not. Expect about a 50 to 70% scaling increase depending on what you do.
But you have like 19 1080s.
That's like a $1,200. That's over a $1,250 investment in the graphics cards. That's a huge number, right? I mean, there's 3,000 worth of graphics cards there, but it depends on what you do. Are you dying and getting another 1080 just because you're an enthusiast and want to see all the graphics cards light up? Or are you really doing something that you think you need two 1080s for? Are you gaming in 4K? Then you would use those.
I've seen both of those stages throughout my life where it's like I just wanted to have the new shiny versus what's actually useful to me.
A lot of times we think we need something, but we don't.
This is true.
Andrew Levengood says, "Hey Jay and Jerry, love everything you guys do, and you've helped me a great deal in building computers. Obviously my channel, you don't do builds. Can you recommend a mouse for someone with very large hands?"
Ladies, this looks pretty large.
That's not available anymore. I've had that mouse for 3 years and I love it.
But it's huge.
It's the Reaper mouse from CM Storm.
Well, I'd say the Logitech G502 is out because I've got decent sized hands.
Is that like a claw grip style?
Yeah, it's a claw.
Anything that's considered palm style.
Get a big old palm style mouse.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. I really don't.
Sorry. Yeah, the mice thing, it's like I've used the G05, the G's.
Ethan Bruning says, weirdest cam show. Still love you guys.
True story, bro. DBA says, Jerry, you're the best man. Love you long time, bro. Also tell Jay that he's second best. Pecker Pals for life.
That's a long time viewer right there.
If you're bringing up Pecker Pals, you're like old school.
I'll take second if he means I'm behind him. That means I always have shade.
Thank you, Chris Chambers. You're a dick. Look at this guy gets a little skinny, and this is what happens. Oh my gosh.
Ethan, Kishandru the Mandrew says, "Love your channels. Why no Broadwell E? Why has the community been so quiet about the recent release? Because Intel didn't really promote this release. They sent out some chips. They didn't send any to me, even though they said they would. They didn't. In terms of pricing is just messed up. 6950X." $1,700.
Yeah, screw that.
For a 10-core, 10-thread. That just Intel's proud on that one.
Yeah, that's like server workstation territory. That's not consumer.
Broadwell E did not really give us a whole lot of improvement over Haswell E to warrant, like, let me rip out this $1,000 CPU, put in another $1,000 CPU. That's why no one's talking about it.
That's absolutely crazy. We have Joseph Whitehouse said, "Hey, you two, joined a bit late. Just wanted to say love you, scammers. Play BN LOL." The barn nerd. Nice.
Antonio Arias says, Arias says, "This is my third $5 donation. LOL. Are they really not coming through? That sucks, guys. Sorry, we're not in control of that. My question is DX12 with the RX 480 plus 1060 or RX Fury X plus 1080 Ti build. Why? I don't understand what he's trying to... He's trying to do a dual GPU system. I'm not understanding the purpose here.
Yeah, I'm not understanding. Don't bet anything on DX12, honestly. At this stage. Nobody but indie game developers have adopted DX12, and there's still a huge movement for the gaming creating market against Windows 10.
RX Fury X plus 1080 Ti. There's no such thing as a 1080 Ti. I have no idea what he's trying to
I don't think he's trying to say plus. I think he's trying to say or. RX 480 or 1060. Or RX
But he wrote or there, so...
Yeah, I don't get the...
I don't get the question.
I'm afraid we don't get it. Sorry, bud.
Flippin' Fred, this is my second donation, and ask the question, will I be okay to use a Z170 for editing and gaming, or do I need an X99? You don't need an X99.
You know, it's all about how much time you have.
You don't need a Z170. You don't need anything. You just... The higher end chipsets usually have features.
Well, let's be honest though. He doesn't want like a Pentium 90 or like a 486 DX266. Like
not want, but not need are two different things.
Yeah, but I'm saying he couldn't even render video on those if he wanted to.
Let's hope he's not using hardware that's that old. But he doesn't need a Z170.
Hey, Jay and I talked about this in the car earlier. You need Visa Local Bus, okay? Visa Local Bus, an extension on ISA. Get a Cirrus Logic graphics card. You're set.
Printer on Com5.
LPT1's your friend, brother. Nicholas Sarzinski said, "Hey Jerry, I really enjoyed your video on how you got into computers. It really hit me that I should never give up no matter how hard it gets, and that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you for that. Now my question, can you recommend any 3D printing expo or something similar? I'm on the East Coast and can't make it to Maker Faire in October, and can't make it to Maker. Oh darn. Well, the only one that I would recommend is Maker Faire in New York, and that's the one you said you can't go to. Damn, I'll be there too. I'm going to be there at Maker Faire in New York. On the East Coast. There's got to be a lot of stuff going on. But honestly, try to make it to Maker Faire in New York. I know you said you can't, but it's awesome. And Jay is dead now. High House IS said, what 3D printing method do you think will be the future? DLP, FDM, FFF, or something similar? Honestly, I think the clip 3D printing is going to be the next big thing because they can make different materials, like very, very durable materials now. And that used to be the weakness of resin printers. And speed, they're super fast and they can print down to 10 micron or smaller. So I think clip's probably going to be the future. Also metallic 3D printing and using alloys with some of the custom printers. But I don't think we're going to see any of that stuff in our house anytime soon. The clip, I think, is something that in the next 5 to 10 years we could see in our house. Let's see. Gregory Huff said, I've donated $6 to Jay. Here is a penny more. Great job with the Franklin videos. Thank you so much. James Swanson.
Oh, he's
very James active. Is like double dipping here.
That guy's got money.
He said, Jay and you should move to Colorado. It is open carry and less restrictive on your cars. And there is a lot of places to go cycling and hiking.
Jay can't play music tonight. I know he'll hear it.
You can also do something else in Colorado. Okay.
You can do that in Washington too, though.
That's true, you can.
Thomas Ryan says, so my 980 Volvo V70R was just totaled. What cars do you guys think would be a great replacement? I like all-wheel drive and turbo too much. And looking around $8,000.
What do you mean no Subies?
He wants a car.
What do you mean no Subies, dude? The Volvo basically was a Subaru that just was a little uglier. Oh, burns.
Get like an Evo 7. I don't think you get an Evo 7 for that price.
I don't think an Evo... Like, if you drove a Volvo, he's not going to like the styling of an Evo or an STI.
Sounds like he's very particular about what he wants. I think you need to add another 0 to that and get a GTR.
Get a GTR. Just go 80,000, get a GTR.
That's what everyone tells me. Just get a GTR. Why'd you get a GTR?
I still wonder why you didn't get a GTR. Even after last night's handling session, I still think you should have a GTR. Why didn't you get a GTR? All that YouTube
All right,
money.
let's get through these comments because I want to get out of here with the car.
All right, Russell Yan said, hey, Jerry, I'm donating to you because YouTube wouldn't let me use PayPal. You can keep the money, but ask Jay my question. Oh, the tides have turned, Jay.
Oh, man.
He said, I have a 960 Strix and an i5 4440. He said, I get less frames per second in some games. I think it's because of my pre-built Acer motherboard. Hashtag dogs for life.
No, you're not going to get the same FPS in every game. Every game engine is optimized differently to use different portions of that GPU technology. So
I could have answered that question.
Yeah, get a better video card.
He didn't even tell me.
I think I just had a mini stroke.
All right, so I'm done getting through the donations on this side.
Alejandro M says, Jay, what's that?
Alejandro, oh, you guys should check this out. Look. My slippers.
Mickey Mouse slippers.
Actually, I look like...
Why is your leg contorting like that? Why can you do that? Oh, God, don't break your knee in front of me. I'll throw up. Throw up on your broken knee. Okay, I got an FE 1070.
Oh, it's riding again. Hold on. Got stuff riding in my balls. All right, there we go.
He says, I got a Founders Edition 1070. I was very curious. Should I use this card or sell it and get an aftermarket one? You know, I knew people were going to do this. I knew people weren't going to be able to wait for custom cards and for availability to really get good. So everyone ran out and bought Founders Editions.
I told PG Systems I'd like to take Founders Editions because I was like, I want 1080s now.
And now everyone wants to sell them and asking me if they should get a different card.
Guys, be patient. Patient.
If the card is performing well and you can deal with the noise, keep the card. James Draher says, thanks for the good videos from both of you. And then something that says butts.
Butts.
All right, so let's talk about car talk.
All right.
So you finally got to experience Nizzy, straight line performance, lateral G performance, braking performance.
Yep.
Why don't you tell the audience, you're in 100% unbiased, honest opinion, how you feel about the car.
Moderately fast on the straight line.
I agree with that.
Loud as hell, but sounds awesome. It sounds more like an exotic supercar than it does You wouldn't think it's a Nissan coming. You'd think it was a
Yeah.
Lamborghini or
It does
a Ferrari.
have a bit more bark than bite,
Yeah, lot more bark than bike.
but it's still like a 13 flat quarter-mile car. It's not slow, but it's not.
Yeah, 13 is not slow.
But
I'm
it's
just
not
saying.
like you don't write home about it.
Remember, I'm speaking this from the context of having a 380 horsepower all-wheel drive STI. So straight line performance, I'm used to something faster.
And my car is also 380 crank,
But
but it's a different kind of power.
But the way that you have the suspension set up in the tires, it is one of the faster cornering cars that I've been in. It is legitimate. It's pulling well over a G in the turns. I can definitely attest to that. I could be significantly more.
Yeah.
But
we didn't have a G meter of any sort.
We didn't have a G meter, but we went around. He took me for a canyon run last night on some
90 miles.
really. I mean, we're talking some really tight turns. Some of these like 90-degree bends, and I was very uncomfortable with the entry speed of some of these corners, and we didn't even chirp a tire, and we only walked the rear end maybe twice, just a tiniest bit, and the car got right back into shape instantaneously. So I would say that it would be a track car, true and true.
Yeah, I could tell when I would get it. See, I've been on this road so many times. I know the road. I know the turns coming up like a rally driver.
Yeah.
Right. And I could tell when Jerry would get uncomfortable because he would kind of do this like he'd like kind of get up in his seat a little bit, and I'd see his legs like start to push, and then he would start like rally navigator for me.
Yeah. Actually, when he lost traction on one of the turns, I actually turned to Rally Navigator for about 6 turns, and then I gave up because I was like, you know what? I'm not really giving him any good information. If anything, I'm probably like ruining his concentration at this point because I mean,
I'm pretty good at tuning you out.
I've noticed.
Yeah, the car, but even its braking performance, right?
Oh, the braking performance in it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
way better than I thought that it could be.
To be going downhill on a mountain, tight road. There's
Stock,
no
you would have boiled the brakes.
no. Oh yeah, guaranteed.
You would have boiled the brakes on
no
the
shoulders.
Yep.
No shoulders. Hillside cliff.
Yep. Off camber turns.
Off camber
downhill.
turns, but
yep.
to get up to about 110 in these straights between turns, and then you would see like
There were several times you braked between 90 and 110 hard into a turn, and you got the deceleration down about 45 mile an hour entry speed into like a hairpin.
Yeah.
And
But then full throttle out of it.
Full throttle out of it. Yeah. So I would say the only thing that your car could use improvement is low end torque.
I can't help that. That's a VQ there.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the torque out of the hole. But when you're in the high RPM range, the thing's got plenty. Get up and go. Long gears, and oh my god, it sticks like super glue on the pavement.
Yeah.
I can tell you what, that car I would not have believed. Like if I drove your car, I wouldn't have entered corners at that speed. Like,
well, I sure as hell didn't enter them at that speed when I first got the car.
Yeah, no, you built up to it. But like
Yeah.
when you went in, I was definitely in my head thinking
And this
there's
is on
no
old
way that car
tires.
could hold it.
This
Yeah,
is
old tires too. You're getting new tires so soon.
Yeah, we ordered.
He took me to the tire store today, guys.
We ordered the tires.
Yep.
Well, what I didn't like was the RE11. The car has Bridgestone Potenza RE11s on it.
Yeah.
RE11As. And
They're
it's
glue tires.
It's a very soft compound tire. The only tire better in Bridgestone's lineup is the RE71R. And the reason why I didn't get those is because they're a directional tire. And my RE11As, at least I can swap the sides of those. So that way, as it starts to wear in one direction, I can flip them on the rear and wear in the other direction.
Yep.
Can't do that with the RE71Rs, even though they're the same price. When the tires were newer,
Yes.
they had a lot of audible feedback. I could hear, not squeal.
That was my biggest concern.
You couldn't hear anything.
You stepped out the rear end when we were just playing around in town.
And it didn't make a sound.
And it didn't make a sound, and I thought that was a little weird.
Yeah, it just felt like suddenly we're on water or something.
Yeah, because usually you can hear the tires start to howl a little bit as they start to break traction. I was like, dude, you got no audible feedback.
Look, Espraz says low end torque equals get good with shifting. That just shows how much he doesn't know about cars.
You don't know anything about cars there.
So anyway, when I first got the car and the tires were a lot newer, I had more audible feedback. Not squealing, but I could hear the sound of the rubber like gripping.
It sounds like a
yeah.
You get like this like kind of grumble from it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's gone because as these soft compound tires like the Potenzas wear down, the compound gets harder.
Yeah.
So that you're not just all of a sudden like, hey, we're wearing through
It was
the
just
belts.
weird to not hear anything. Like my car sounds like it's on gravel even when it's on
yeah,
pavement.
you took me through a pretty tight hairpin entry into the freeway, and it
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah, and we had the ascent stepped out. Like, but in all-wheel drive, it's like, my car was barking hard. So that was a little weird.
I need a cafe racer. I would never ride a motorcycle. I would die.
No, my wife's forbidden. I want a motorcycle bad, but my wife's forbidden me to have one because she's seen how I drive and.
Well, I'm happy to hear you say though that you feel like where the car is absolutely phenomenal is in its handling.
Actually, I think I'm confident enough to answer the final question here. Do I think that I beat Jay in a quarter mile? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be by a landslide though. I think it would be by maybe a car length or two.
Like I told you, I raced a 360 wheel horsepower E85 Evo 10 the other day, and we chatted a little bit, and then we raced, and it was one of those things where he obviously pulls me initially off the line, and then he shifts because he's got narrower gears. And as he's shifting, I get back up alongside him. And then he shifts and he pulls ahead a little bit. And then he shifts and I get back alongside him. Because I have taller gears and more RPM than that Evo 10. By about the top of fourth, which puts me at around 110, my bumper was even with his back door. So I guarantee that I'm easily less than a second behind you in the quarter.
If it was from a standing start, I would get multiple car lengths on you in the beginning.
And I would start to pull you.
But you would start to pull me on the top end.
Right.
I think you would.
But
you wouldn't catch me in the quarter, but you would if it was an unlimited race.
And
you
that's
would
because
undeniably
you have 100 pounds of torque more than I do.
Yeah, and plus my car's severely drag limited. Like I was telling you, I could maybe get to 160 miles an hour, absolute top speed, before my car is just a giant sail holding me down.
And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not being straight line performance oriented car.
Cornering
because
though.
last night you saw that's where the adrenaline is. That's where my fun is.
No, I agree with you. The cornering is where it's
now
fun.
Here's the thing: you would put distance on me going up into that mountain. As soon as we hit the twisties, I'd be on your bumper, telling you, "Let's go."
No, I undeniably after last night, I would say that Jay's car out handles mine by a lot. Not a little bit. I'm saying that I would not be able to hang with him through the run that we did last night.
Yeah, Coconut Monkey and his GTI. Even though he just got a stage.
There's not enough straights for me to reel you in either.
Yeah, and those short straights with the tight turns allow me to stay way up in my power band.
Yep. The other thing is I have to walk the tail on my car like you saw when we got on the freeway.
Yeah,
and I can't do that.
Walk the tail on an off-camber turn.
No. Surprisingly, you can get away with that with all-wheel drive.
Wow.
But the problem that I would have is those roads were so narrow. Mm-hmm. You had to stick a very specific line to safely maneuver through a lot of that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to in the STI. I would have been ass out in the other lane. It would have been way too risky. I couldn't do it. Yeah. But even if I could, honestly, I don't think I have nearly the same traction your car does. Even with all-wheel drive, the front end of your car, the way it tracks into a turn, is like it's remarkable. He was literally this is the thing that got me. 80 miles an hour down the freeway, going like this with the wheel as fast as he could. Mm-hmm. And the car was just darting left, right, just smashing me up. Not a squeak. I didn't feel the car get unsettled at all.
No, that's what I was telling you before we went up the mountain. The transition on the 370Z mechanical grip is just like out of this world.
No, it was amazing. Yeah. So handling wise, I think Jay's got me absolutely dead rights in that car. I would have to put a lot wider tire, lot stickier compound, lot wider tires.
You'd have to lower the car,
and I would have to slam it.
You would have to get rid of all of your rally build. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So
hopefully that settles the argument that's been going on forever.
But it's the argument I said all along the way it would be. You'd beat me in the corner and you wouldn't be able to hang on the turns. It's exactly those two cars are two different.
If we were on a track, if we were on a racetrack, Jay would pull away from me in all of the corners,
and he'd catch me
I'd catch him on the straight, and it would just be cat and mouse.
Yeah. That's all it would be. And there's lots of videos of other 370Zs.
And Jay knows how to drive. I'm comfortable saying that I think that on pavement you're a better driver than I am.
And on dirt I would be so lost.
So there you go. There you have it, guys.
This is a perfect example of two people having an enthusiasm over the same thing, cars and motorsports, that have two drastically different approaches to fun.
Yeah, and drastically different training. Most of your training's on the track, and most of my training's in the dirt.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where when I see people argue over what's better, it makes me so mad because
what's better is what you love.
Exactly.
Because there's three components to it. You have to love the way it looks.
Yeah.
You have to love the way it performs, and you have to love its capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be happy with a Ferrari if you live on a dirt road and all you have is dirt roads everywhere?
No.
Are you going to be happy with like a Jeep with
an
F-150
Raptor?
Yeah. Are you going to be happy having an H1 if you live next to the Nürburgring? No.
Yeah.
It all comes down. And where I live, dirt roads are more accessible.
And your weather gets a little bit.
My weather is definitely more conducive. Down here, though, I would definitely want
if there is so much as a slight indication of moisture on the water, I don't drive my Z. Or on the ground, I don't drive my Z.
What another thing I thought was funny when I was down here is that everybody looks at your Z like it's a Ferrari or something. It's an incredibly like that up in Washington, that would be considered like a pretty common car.
It's pretty common here, but still, it gets a lot of respect from a lot of other car crowds. Like you saw, the guy with a
S2000,
the guy with the tricked out S2000 drove by and was like looking at my car, and I gave him a little wave, and he gave me a peace sign. A lot of people look at my car from other car crowds and appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because I appreciate cars. But before he even noticed my car, what did I say to you? I'm like, look, another clean S2000.
Yeah.
We saw a red one earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And I appreciate, well, I'm not a Honda guy, but I appreciate, man, look at that S2000.
Yeah.
Look at, this guy appreciates his car. Look at the work he's done.
Yeah.
And then he looks at mine. He's doing the same thing. Like, look at that Nismo.
It's
you know?
really weird to see, though, the difference in cars. Like, I was even joking with him today, because, like, you drive on the freeways down here. Where were we? San Bernardino or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
So we're driving around San Bernardino. I'm probably not a good example, but on the freeway, you don't see a lot of, like, really nice sports cars, even on a nice, beautiful day.
The economic situation.
It's the economic situation, but it's like you see Jay's car stands out down here.
Yeah.
It really does. You come up to Washington, it's like you're driving on like the 405 or the 520. It's like Ferrari, Lamborghini,
Yeah.
Bentley.
Especially as you get in towards the city center.
Yeah, like near like Redmond and Seattle and stuff like that. So it's a lot different.
Especially like where did I stay? Bellevue?
Yeah.
Jeez.
But like me, my STI would probably get more respect down here than it does in Washington.
Yeah.
In Washington, I drive around and everybody has an STI. Like literally, moms have STIs, babysitters have STIs.
Yeah.
Everybody has STIs.
Carbon hyperacid by 370s modified at all. It's nothing more than
Nothing stock.
Intake test pipes at full exhaust and a tune, but the suspension has
And brakes.
the brakes are fully built, the suspension's fully built, and the suspension is tuned.
And tires.
No, the Potenza RE11s are not factory, but they're factory size. So I didn't. Okay, look, I look at it this way. Nissan intentionally staggered the size.
Yes.
Smaller front tire, bigger rear tire to control oversteer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so naturally the 370Z in stock form, especially the Sport Edition, not so much the Nismo. Nismo has bigger sway bars and a different shock suspension setup, but a 370Z Sport, like you'd easily be able to just go buy, it tends to suffer from a lot of understeer.
Yeah.
Because of the 245 wide front tire and 275 rear. The Nismo is 245 front, 285 rear. Mm. So I've done so much tuning to the car with the way the rubber is today. You don't know how much contemplation I put into. Do I want to go with, say, a 305 in the rear and a slightly smaller or lower sidewall and go like 265 front to get more rubber? Mm-hmm. Then I looked at it and went, that means everything I know about my car and the way it handles will change.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't change anything.
That
car tracks like it's on a track.
Yeah, the rear tires are 40 millimeters wide, but it doesn't understeer at all. You didn't see a single bit of understeer.
There wasn't any.
But that's also because I know how to drive the car, so I don't understeer. Because
the oversteer on it was very, very minimal.
Yeah, and predictable.
And predictable. Yeah.
So it's one of those things where I wish I could take everybody for a ride in my car. Like Coconut Monkey. I'm learning him how to drive, but the problem is it's a front-wheel drive car, which you drive totally different.
It has a shitload more power than it did the day before. Like he got a 20 PSI tune on that damn thing.
He got a Stage 2 tune yesterday after doing his downpipe and stuff on his GTI. So he got a Stage 2 tune, and he, at one point on the downhill side, he was behind us. And that's what I told Jerry, like, let's have some fun. Let's actually show you some of the limits of the car. It was, like I said, it was only a few turns, and his headlights were well in the distance. He couldn't even see him anymore coming around the bends. We finally slowed up to like 15 miles an hour to let him catch up. We get to the bottom of the hill where we got more speed, and that's where it was just, we were down, out of the mountain, on the freeway, on the way back home before he even texted me to say he made it out of the mountain okay.
Yeah, his car was properly quick too. I mean, for a GTI, it was.
He just needs good suspension. He's got
very bouncy.
Yeah, he's got like a set of $400 coilovers in there. Like his coils have no damper adjustment whatsoever. They're a show coil. They're designed to drop the car and make a show car. There's no performance oriented to them whatsoever. So I keep telling him, you get a proper coil set up in that car and you will hang a lot better. But what happened to Coconut Monkey last night was he got so much more confidence in his car because of how much faster it was with the Stage 2 tune that he freaked himself out and then backed way off.
He scared himself. Like there was a couple, like 2 iffy turns in a row, and after that he slowed down, and the rest of the trip up he was just
on the way up the mountain, at the top of the mountain is a Denny's. That was where you tweeted out that picture.
Yes.
So we always do
Instagram. Check out Instagram. There's a lot of pictures.
50 miles up the mountain through the backside to the Denny's, and then it's about 45 miles down the front. And going up, he was in front. I wanted him to lead. He had a Stage 2 tune, so it was brand new. If something went wrong with the car, I didn't want to leave him in the dust and not know. Cell service sucks up there. So I said, I'll follow you. That way, if something goes wrong, I can see. There was a couple of turns, like 2 turns, both Jerry and I simultaneously, without provocation. We're like, whoa, Nick, chill, dude. You know,
he was getting a little too quick for that. Setup.
I don't want to pluck him out of a tree. So. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm glad you like the car because we rib on each other all the time. Like, STIs are better. No, 370Zs are better. But both cars are excellent at what their goals are.
They are.
You know, and that's why I keep telling you, I'm like, man, I want to turbo the car, or you keep telling me I want to supercharge the car. But I know when I change the power band, I'm going to change the handling band too. Things are going to change in the corners. That's why I'm still leaning more towards supercharger at the moment because of that linear predictable power band.
And it give you some more torque, and that's what that car really needs.
Then I'll beat you in the quarter and the turns.
Bring it.
I don't bring your car down here. Will it make it?
It's actually a really good question right now. It's leaking oil out of both valve covers.
All right.
Oh,
we got some more comments. Let's catch up and then let's get out.
Let's see. Andrew Joy said, "Hey Jerry, if Jay won't buy you Starbucks with the $5 I donated him, here's $5 for you." Haha. Yes. Now we can both have Starbucks. Our plan
Give
worked.
me the $5 and I'll make you coffee downstairs.
Ooh, $2.50.
How can you say no?
$2.50. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Also, I tried asking with YouTube, but it's being stupid. Just curious if there's going to be some notice before the meetup if it happens. I would love to go, but I'm an hour away. Yes, the meetup, we will let you know.
It will be on Twitter. Please follow on Twitter.
Either tonight or tomorrow at some point. We will let you know.
We will do a pin tweet regardless. I will pin a tweet saying if we are or if we aren't, and if we are, where the location is.
I will also pin the tweet.
So you won't have to dig through old tweets. It'll be pinned at the top.
Yep. Just if you're interested in the meetup here in Southern California, just check.
Clay Z3R says turbos are predictable. They are, but on a 370Z with the way they rev and with the twin turbo setup, I've done a lot of research on this. I had a 2-hour meeting with Fast Intentions the other day to try and come up with a plan for this car, and the power is still sudden. Where in the corners, as you saw, I can modulate the throttle and really control the RPMs. Where in a turbo car, if I come out of boost and trying to get back onto it, it's not the same in response.
I've driven a turbo car both on turbo and NA car both on a track, and I can tell you, when he says turbos are predictable, yes, they're predictable in that you get used to where they build power in the RPM range, but the power is no longer linear.
Yeah.
There's a big difference between predictable power and just or non-predictable and linear. Linear is if I put the pedal at exactly this position in the power band, this is what I can expect, and I can hold it. The problem is if you hold a pedal in a boosted car, you will continue to build boost.
Right. Shammy says torque puts Mustangs into walls. No, snap oversteer puts Mustangs into walls.
No, Mustangs put Mustangs into walls. It was funny. We've been joking around.
Every time we see a Mustang, we're like, whoa, easy.
Every time a Mustang passed us today, we were just like, oh, don't look at it. Don't look at it. Just
no eye contact. No sudden movements.
No sudden movements.
It might just be like, roar, and come out of nowhere and eat you. Oh, man. Poor Mustang owner.
I'd still drive a Shelby GT500, though. I still would.
You mean GT350?
No,
the new one, GT350.
I thought they still had the GT500 like a couple
I don't know, Mustangs. That's domestic. I'm JDM, bitch.
I don't care. Shelby anything.
No, I'm not really.
I like anything Shelby's touched. All right, I think I'm through everything.
All right, let's see here. RC Gaming says, Jay and Jerry, thoughts on an S chassis car? Specifically S13, S14, S15. My favorite is S14, about $8,000 imported to Toronto, Canada from Japan. Here they're known as the 240SX.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
They take a lot of work to get to where you would have a lot of fun with them on a track, but a lot of people love like putting in.
You can stuff any engine you want into that car.
You could, but Nissan makes some pretty put in like a RB20 DETT, like a 2.0 turbo GTR engine,
or an LS3.
Put in an RB30.
blah, 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 blah. I love when I see 240 drift cars with a big ass V8 in them.
Like that dude in blue is building a 240 right now with I think his has a 2JZ in it though.
That's a really popular drift motor.
Yeah. Like, I am also with you on the S14 being my favorite platform, but I don't own one. I actually wanted one before I got the Z, fun fact, but I couldn't find a clean one. Clayton Brandt says, I'm about to go on a 4-month trip. Should I sell my 980 Ti Matrix 2 and buy the new Titan? Wait for the new Titan to be... Why would you make any financial decision today about something that's not even been announced? That's bad. Or when I get back, 4K gaming limited space. Okay. Expect it to be in excess of $1,000.
Okay. Let's see here. So sell the card now because it's worth as much as it's ever going to be.
But don't decide what you're going to buy
today. And don't decide what you're going to buy today. Come back and buy whatever the best is there. But yes, you should sell. If you plan on getting a new card, sell your card now since you're not going to be using it.
Yeah.
And get the most money you can for it.
Dalton X12 says, what do you think about an 01 Mazda Miata? Just got a crystal blue one for my first car. First of all, I'm 6'4", so the old Miatas and me didn't mix very well. My head was taller than the windshield pillar and the roll bar. I also need more than 90 horsepower to have fun most of the time.
They're great cars if you tape your penis to your inner thigh. No, I'm just kidding.
Guys our size don't fit in them.
No, I'll tell you what though, this is the dead truth. Miatas are amazing cars to learn how to drive on the track. They're perfect 50-50 weight distribution, and if you can master a Miata and keep your corner speed, like you can drive anything fast.
Oh, I've seen some pretty gnarly track-built Miatas around.
No, you can build them, but I'm even saying just a dead stock Miata.
Yeah, true. I get that.
They're considered like a lot of training, training use Miatas in their fleet because they're considered such a just pure race car as far as the handling characteristics.
Flippin' Fred says rally racing men. Men in rally racing. Yeah, I don't have the balls to rally race going past those trees like that. Hell
Dude,
no.
rally racing's scary. That's why I like doing it.
Put me in the line says, get a Pro Charger. Here's the problem. When you speak in generalities like that, there are no Pro Chargers for a 370Z. There is a still in Supercharger. There was the GTM Supercharger,
No,
which is the company I told you
Yeah,
about.
doesn't Pro Charger just make a centrifugal supercharger that you can literally just put a belt around and stuff it into your intake and tune it?
I'm not just stuffing something in my car like
Because I thought that was like the thing Pro Charger was known for, is like literally supercharge anything.
Yeah. If you want to put it on something that's like an old school hot rod that doesn't need.
I think what Jay's saying is there's much better options specifically built for his car than just.
I have
slapping a Pro
carb
Charger.
standard I have to deal with. I can't just take a Pro Charger and stuff it in the car.
That's true. This is true. Unless you're in Washington, I could put like 3 of them in my car.
Do it. Austin Chapman says, Jay, love the channel. How do you think TJ 350 is coming along? I have not seen it since he bought it.
I heard he blew the motor. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just making stuff up. I like TJ. He doesn't follow me on Twitter yet, though, TJ.
He doesn't do anything on Twitter. He doesn't even follow me on Twitter.
TJ, follow me on Twitter, TJ.
TJ does not even follow me on Twitter, and I helped him buy his fucking car.
TJ, follow us on Twitter.
Anyway, that arrogant son of a
Yes,
bitch.
son of a bitch.
All right. So, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.
Oh, wait. I got just one more here.
Damn
Let's
it.
see here. Sorry. Arnofalo Leon said, Jerry, tell Jay that RE71Rs are far grippier than RE11As.
I know they are.
His 370 is also an awesome car that isn't exactly common, especially with a blower. Love your videos, Jerry. Keep up the work.
I know
agree.
they
Put
are.
a blower on it.
I know they are, but you gotta remember, one, I live in Southern California where the road is extremely hot. So,
What? Blower.
I've gone over this for several weeks, deciding my tire.
Blower.
RE71Rs, yes, I want to boost the car.
I don't care
Will
about
you
I don't
stop
care about
already?
the tires.
I already said I want to boost the car.
I
Jesus
don't care about
Christ.
the tires.
The RE11As are unidirectional. I can rotate them, make them last a little bit longer. I can
Yes.
take the left and the right and the rear and switch them. The RE71Rs, I cannot. They are single direction.
That's what you got on your car right now, right?
RE11As are what are on my car today.
And that's what you're
What
getting
you
again.
experienced were dead RE11As, where the tread is on the inside is gone.
And that's what you're getting again, right?
Yes.
Good man, because that car sticks like glue. Don't mess with it.
It will stick better with RE71Rs. They're race compound tires.
You would kill yourself.
They are DOT legal race compound.
You would literally kill yourself.
The problem is they have zero warranty. They have no life expectancy. They are extremely soft. They're an extreme summer tire. And I live in a climate where it's really, really hot. So just driving the car around normal will wear the tire
It did get
out.
really cold up in the mountains, though. At 8,000 feet, it got pretty cold up there.
It did, and the RE11As actually handled the colder weather a little better than the RE7.
I didn't notice any grip change, did you?
Well, I did because
you
I
did?
had the wheel.
Okay.
So I could notice the little things like as they're happening and correct them before you even notice it's happening.
Yeah,
You know,
from the passenger seat, I didn't notice anything. That thing was like on rails, except for maybe 3 times where I felt the back end step out. Maybe the front drifted just a slight.
you might
bit
have seen a
once.
little bit of counter steer if you were actually watching the wheel.
Okay,
but
no,
not
I
a
wasn't
lot.
watching. I wasn't watching the wheel.
No, you were-
I was like, please don't kill me.
But
I
you see
lived.
why-
Please don't kill me. Please don't
You
kill me.
just-
I lived.
You see why we did that road at night though?
Oh yeah,
Like the drop offs. I was like, don't look right.
the drop offs, and plus you can see everything coming because of the headlights.
Yeah.
A lot of blind corners.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well,
I mean, closed course.
yeah, closed course.
We had medevac,
Professional driver
professional
only.
drivers. Sorry, we can't disclose the
Sheriff's
location.
deputies were on standby.
Yes.
CHP went by. We even proved it.
They did. They proved it.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. Who knows? Maybe the next time we do this in person, we'll be at your place again. So I'll be like 5-2.
Sounds good. Well, we found out as long as I buy the ticket in advance, it's actually pretty cheap to get down here.
Yeah.
So, and it's like a 2-hour flight. It's like no big deal at all. Plus, we can do it in the middle of the week because of you guys. And
Okay. Once again, we are deciding still if we're gonna do a meetup Saturday morning.
Yes.
Check Twitter. You don't even have to be a member of Twitter to see tweets. I don't think.
No, you don't.
Go to our Twitters. We will pin the tweet that's citing what's happening with the meetup tomorrow.
Damn straight on both of our channels or Twitter's feeds.
Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to both of us. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we're gonna get on out of here.
Thanks for all the support. Love you guys.
As always, I'll see you guys in the next one. And my Z is way better than his STI. You heard him say it. All right, bye.
Bye.